No beating around the bush, what's your auction strategy? Hello, by the way. I have not got a well, I sort of have got a strategy, I suppose. I'm not going for like biggies like your Kanes and Salahs and Haaland. Like Watkins is probably my number one target. I want Trossard. Oh, actually, yeah, I'm going defenderless. I'm not paying any money for defenders. Who's getting Haaland? Jasper seems pretty keen on Haaland. I'm opening with him, starting a bidding at 50. I'll be pretty annoyed if I get him. Best, worst value player, I do think someone like Trossard. Well, he's quite high on the list. I don't think he'll go for too much. But yeah, who's getting the spoon? Jules. Who's first to Piggy? I mean, Gibbo and Willow haven't covered themselves in glory from the footy, so I imagine that Willow still looks pretty angry after his 3 bacon rolls. Alright, I'm done. Good luck, gents.
Gents, thanks very much for having me in. Absolute pleasure to be here. No beating around the bush. What's your auction strategy? I'm looking to get one £30 million player, 2 20s, and then fill up with some decent squad fillers. Who's getting Haaland? I think Tommy. He obviously won it last year and he seems very convinced he's getting him this year. However, Jasper has also said he's in for him, and I've just heard Smudge fancies him as well. But I'm going to go Tommy. Best or worst value player? I'm going to go Mason Mount. I think he's going to flop. Fucking traitor. And yeah, he's going to be shit. 0.5. Who's getting Spoon? I'm going to go Ganti this year. However, the reason being is because he loves a beer and I think he's going to fuck his auction. Sorry, Thomas. Who's first to Piggy? Already had a small Piggy from Gyps and Willow today. So probably one of those, but let's go Gibbo for the pigs. Cheers, gents.
Okay, no beating around the bush. What is your auction strategy? I'm going to get a few strikers, I reckon, a couple of DMs, and then just see what happens. Who's getting Haaland? I think it's Barge. Best value player for money, Christian Norgard. Worst value, Luis Diaz. Who's getting the spoon? Can't really look past Julian again. Terrible player. Who is first to Piggy? Probably Gibbs when he picks up Kane, and Kane is gone by the time the auction is finished.
Alright, take 2 of this because I've already done it, but I didn't press record. No beating around the bush. What's your auction strategy? I have 3 top players, and then I'll be following the money around because he has done the most auction prep we've ever seen in the TLL. Number 2, who's getting Haaland? I'm going to plump for King J. I think he's been trying to pull the wool over our eyes all of this last week, and he will be getting it. 3, best worst value player. I think the worst value player will be Haaland because the Hammy's coming. Best value player, I don't have a specific one, but I think it's going to be a keeper because of assists. Number 4, who's getting the spoon? If King J doesn't get Haaland, it will be King J. If he does get Haaland, then it will be, of course, Big Jim Hickling, Turkey Spoon himself. And number 5, who's first to Piggy? So excluding this morning football game, which was entirely Stinger's fault and nothing to do with me, it will be post-auction. A manager will be getting a lot of shit for their terrible auction team, and it is, of course, the line. Thank you, gents.
Auction strategy. Don't think I have a strategy. I am going to go for a few players though. I
do think I want one striker for like 20 mil, maybe like an Mbuemo. I want to go for a bit of Solanke as well. I want like 2 fairly decent midfielders, maybe a risky one in Mason Mount. Quite interested in Odegaard. I think he might go for a bit much this year. I do want to go for a bit of defenders as well. I think they might go a bit cheap. Might be a bit of waffle in the group spoken about how cheap they're going to go. Because everyone keeps going, oh, I'm fucking defenderless. But I think I might go for a couple of defenders as well. And I'm going to go for what's his name in goal. Who's getting Haaland? I think Jasper's getting Haaland. He said, I've just driven up with him, he said he's will be in for him if he's sub 60 mil. He's going to get called out first, so I think Jasper's going to get him. Best, worst value player. Best value player, I'm going to say Mason Mount, purely because I want to go for him, and I think I could get him for sub 20 million, maybe 20 million. Worst value player, good question that. Could be Kane if he goes. Yeah, you will get the money back. You can go for the new United striker, but yeah. I think Son, everyone's bigging him up. I think he's shit. Who's getting the spoon? He was just in here a minute ago. It's going to be Julesy again. Who's first to pig? Is that Piggy today? I've got a few piggies in my locker. There already has been a piggy today between Gibbs and Willow, but who's going to piggy today? I'm going to say me. See you later.
No beating around the bush. What's your auction strategy? Bet on everyone except for Haaland and see what I get. Who's getting Haaland? Jasper. Best value player. It's going to be Son this year. Worst value player. Bruno Fernandes, because he's a cunt. Who's getting the spoon? Jasper. Who's first to piggy? Badge. Sam.
My auction strategy, Moneyball. I've worked out roughly I can get around about 510 points for around about 89.5 mil. So give or take, that will give me 10% margin in terms of points and 20% margin in 20% margin in terms of points and 10% margin in terms of like costs. So it gives me a bit of a leeway to play with. Who's getting Haaland? I think Dave's going to get Haaland. Dave Boyle. Best and worst value player. Oh God. Worst I think will be Richarlison. By the way, he's the one that I've got a fine on the head of. And best, it's probably Haaland, but I'm not going to go for him. Who's getting the spoon? I think it's either going to be Jules or Slug. Sorry. Who's first? Piggy. I think Gibbo's quite wide today. I think he's playing Mr. Cool, but I think he's lost it. I think the football's triggered him, and yeah, head loss from him. Anyway, good luck, guys.
Okay. So, no beating around the bush. What's your auction strategy? So it's Kane, Rashford and Saka for 100 million is what I'm going for. Who's getting Haaland? I think it'd be Linney, because he's fucked it recently. Best, worst value player. I think Kane will be the best value. If I can get him for under 25 mil and he stays, the play here is that Hodgson doesn't come, Kane goes to United, and it's 110 points. Worst value player will be Jesus. I think Jesus is going to go for 28 million, and I think he's going to be Barrel. Spoon. I have to give it to Julian. Like Julian means well, he's just got no fucking idea. First to Piggy. Well, I call it out. I'm probably not the first, but Willow and Gibbs just went to blows. But I think the first Piggy today is going to be. I think it's going to be Linny or one of the boys going to Crewy's wedding, because I think they're going to get so much shit for leaving. They're going to try and rush it, and they're going to be sat there at the end trying to pick up players, and everyone's going to be slow, especially me. I think I might win it this year.
No beating around the bush. What's your auction strategy? I don't have any auction strategy. Normally pick up a biggie. Got a list of fringe players who might be good, but yeah, not too sure on that really. So it's a bit of dice going on. Who's getting Haaland? I think Jasper. Best and worst value player. I think the worst value is going to be Kane. He's going to leave. And the best value, I think, is going to be Billy Gilmore. So I'll be looking to grab him. Who's getting the spoon? Julian. Who's first to Piggy? Willow and Jips both had a Piggy this morning, so if that counts, then too. But if not, I think Tony. Thank you.
No beating around the bush. What's your auction strategy? Haaland early, probably got a limit of 62 million. If it goes over that, I won't get him. And sit tight, follow Dib, Gibbs, Was, and Demo around for those sort of 5 million mud diamonds towards the end. But it's Haaland and then have 8 beers and wait. Who's getting Haaland? Yep, that'll be me. But as I said, if it goes more than 62, which I think Slug, I think he's got that little top secret envelope, and I think he said get him at all costs. That scares me, but I think I'll get him. If not, it's going to be the Slug. Best value player. I think that'll be B Silver this year. I think he might go a little bit under the radar because he's staying, and he might go for 7 mil. Worst value player, Sterling, 100%. Who's getting the spoon? It's hard, really hard to look at anyone else but Jules for the record. Who's first to Piggy? Well, we had a few piggies at the football this morning, but I think it's a really good question. I'm gonna say the Stinger.
Right. Let's have a look. Hello. Maybe it remembers. My auction strategy this year is I pretty much accepted that I'm going to come bottom half, and I'm just going to get the players all the usuals. So Gibbs White, Eze, Ram, Gay, Estepinian, Ben Mee. I just want the same team as I had last year. And yeah, we just call it a fallow year. Who's getting Haaland? Jasper, I believe, is going to get Haaland. And then just have a boring auction, I reckon. Best or worst value player? Worst will probably be D-Wizzy. Best value player, I've got my eye on the bloke. It depends where they come up, but Zaruri for Burnley, I've got my eye on it. Who's getting the spoon? You don't want to say Julesy, but it's hard not to, so we'll go Julesy. And who is first to Piggy? Are we counting earlier as Piggy? I hope there aren't any Piggies, but it could be TK. Also, is this it? Yeah, perfect. Ollie for the win. Dover top 3. Thanks.
All right.
no beating around. Well, this is normally the point where everyone goes, "Oh, I've got a strategy. I haven't done any research." And that's not happening with me this year. I've got a strategy, and it is I've got 6 players that I'm absolutely going to get. I've got 60 million for those 6 players. Then I've got 40 million left to play around with a biggie, and then the rest can just be free defenders that I don't want. So my 6 players, I've got Jefferson Lerma, I've got Danilo, Dominic Sainki, obviously, Abdoulaye Doucouré, Pascal Gross, and Manuel Benson. They are my 6 that I think 60 million will be 200 points, and I'll have the perfect core. I'm calling this the core that no one else is going to be able to match up to. Who's getting Haaland? Zoe, I guess. Best, worst value player. Best value is going to be one of the core, probably. I mean, depending on price, probably maybe Jefferson Lerma. Worst value will be Jack Grealish. Who's getting the spoon? Tony. Who's first to piggy? Well, Gypsy or Willow, really, isn't it? Because I won't get a fight.
My auction strategy, I genuinely don't have one. I've just highlighted my first pieces, but I think this year I really want to try and get strikers and try and spend my money on players that I think will actually get points, as opposed to being very passive and picking up. I think Doffer actually might get Haaland again. I think him or Jasper, I think will go big. Not me. Best value player, I think it might be someone for United attacking wise if we have a good season, or maybe Trossard. Come back to him. Worst value player, who's the guy they keep saying is going to go for loads? Like Alex Isaac, or basically any defenders that go for a load of money. I think apart from Trent is not necessary this year. Spoon will be Julian again, for sure. He'll leave 20 million behind. Won't spot the correlation that not buying the players and spending the money he has is making him lose. Again. First to piggy, it's already happened. Gypsy raking me at the football this morning, studying me after I did a drag back, which was weird. Good luck. Phil Foden's coming up. No beating around the bush, what's your auction strategy? Not that different, to be honest, to years before. I want 30-point players, not overpaying for anyone. Probably not going to get Haaland. Moneyball. Who's getting Haaland? Someone's going big. Someone's got virtually no ceiling. I honestly think it might be Gibbo for something like 65, honestly. Best, worst value player. Worst value players, there's a whole bunch of them knocking around in there. Someone like Ndombele, who just won't play and will just be shy. People are going to think that teams like Everton are going to be better than they are, but they'll just end up coming 17th again, letting those goals in. Best value player, we'll go Sonny, because he can't be worse than last year. Sonny's time to shine. Who's getting the spoon? Could be any of the usual suspects, couldn't it, really? But we'll probably go someone new, so we'll go for Jazz. Who's first to piggy? We'll say first to piggy will be... No, it's just going to be Tony. It's just going to be Tony, because he's an angry, angry man. Alright. Let's do the auction.
Sit down over here, big boy. Casting couch.
What's that fucking strategy you keep on saying? Moneyball.
Moneyball. It does feel like the casting couch.
Who's first to piggy? What's that?
Piggy, first person to get angry. Throw a tantrum, throw a piggy.
Gibbo.
Yeah, but you've got to sit down, look at this camera.
Spoon mean last.
Yeah. Sit down and look at the camera.
Is it filming already?
Yeah,
He's just said you got to start.
I have pressed start.
Oh, well, you could have fucking told me. Auction strategy is Moneyball. Who's getting Haaland? Oh, fuck knows. Dover. I got it last time.
Yeah,
So.
true.
Worst / best value for player. Best value player. I mean, I think it's going to be Anthony Gordon. I really do think it's going to be
Gordon.
Gordon. He's going to break it this year.
Who's the worst? Who will go for the most, but will be shit?
Nunes.
Yeah, Nunes.
Who's getting the spoon? Benny Rowe. Who's first to piggy? Tom Gibbons.
Tom Gibbo, the piggy.
Where do you want to leave that in?
My auction strategy, I don't really have one. I'm just going to go and follow the players that I get in the fields. Who's getting Haaland? I quite want Haaland. Depending on the price, I will definitely be in for him. But I could imagine the slug getting him, because that's a safe bet for him with him not being here. Best / worst value player. I don't really know what that means, but if that means in terms of the league, then the best is obviously TK. The worst, probably Julesy. Who's getting the spoon? Probably Julesy. Who's first to piggy? Probably TK. That's it. Cool. Afternoon.
No beating around the bush. What's your auction strategy? So it's going to be Gabriel Jesus. That's it. I've turned to faith and need him to lead my line and lead me to a second star. Who's getting Haaland? That's an easy one. That's P Money. He's the only desperate fucker who is worth considering, really. He said he's going for him, and I think he's going to get him. Best, worst value player. Worst value player will be Big Baz, of course, because he's going. Best value, maybe Jadon Sancho, actually. Yeah, also on my list, by the way. Who's getting the spoon? I can't see it being anyone else but Dover. Sorry, mate. And who's the first to piggy? Well, that'll be Barge, won't it? Over and out. Let's get it done.
Auction strategy. So for me, if to spend less than 5 mil on defence, I think this will go down as another asterisk season. Lots of goals being scored. There's a few changes being made to the stoppage time. Potentially Arsene Wenger's offside rule. So all about strikers for me. Haaland, would quite like him. Peeman might get him. I've got 55, but I don't think that's enough, but we'll see. Best worst value player. Someone like KDB could go for a lot and not really get that many points. A few injuries there. Value player, well, fucking people like Trips last season were unreal. So yeah, don't know. We'll see how we get on with that one. Who's getting the spoon? I'm going to say Lewis / Benny. Who's the first to piggy? Obviously Tommy.
That's all a bit of me. Welcome, Dover.
Welcome in.
Fully cracking hat.
Thank you.
Welcome, Lewis. This year's Super
Oh,
Sub.
yeah.
Hello, Lewis.
Good luck, then.
This year, TK is going for his 3rd gold. Back to back. And speaking as the only manager with 3 goals and the only manager to win it back to back, I'd like to say, come join me up here. Justice for the virtual TLL. Yeah, shout out to Ollie and ChatGPT for this poem. So you ready? In Zoe's house with raindrops falling light, a fancy football auction in the dimming light. Warm beer to sip, we gather in dismay, for anger clouds the spirit on this gloomy day. No one's allowed upstairs and we abide, but discontent simmers we cannot hide. For in this auction stormy haze, friendships wane like a flickering blaze. The air is tense with bitter remarks, each bid stirs fury, igniting sparks. In the battle for players, tempers rise, we find ourselves caught in a web of lies. But let us pause and remember, dear, we came together for a purpose clear, to share our love for this thrilling game, and not to let anger and resentment lay claim. So let's raise a toast to the bonds we cherish, through victories and defeats, let's not perish. For in this moment, let's mend the fray, and keep anger's stormy clouds at bay. With warm beer and laughter's embrace, let's find solace, let anger's fire erase. For in this gathering, we're more than foes. We're friends, united, and that's how it goes. United!
So let the rain fall and the beer flow, as we forgive and let the anger go. In Zoe's house where memories are made, let's keep the spirit of camaraderie displayed. TLL.
Yeah, so I was going to try and do a little bit of an England FC thing, but then Diaby got called. So I've got Grealish, Gibbs White, and Diaby for around half my budget. Oh, fucking hell, I just spilled it. Zoe hasn't got anyone, and I'm so worried about him because he's tried, well, he is being the best host, but he's fucking his next 9 months up in the process, and you've got to draw the line somewhere. Also, Barge doesn't have a great team. Anyway, love you and leave you.
I think I've picked up the worst player. Come in. Picked up the worst player so far. Yeah, 10 million on Casado. Got excited.
Shit.
Stones, Allison, Madders, Jabo. Feels like a good start, right? Yeah. Feel like I should have more money. It feels alright. It feels alright. I just need a striker. Pick someone up for like 15. Will be okay. I don't feel like I've fucked it. That's important. There are people that have fucked it. It's always got no one. Gibbo's spent shitloads on napkins. We're okay. It's a good start. I'm happy.
Do you want to start or shall I?
You can start.
Only 2 people I think have fucked it so far are Badge and Julian.
Yeah, I'm not happy with mine. I also think Zoe is in trouble.
Zoe's in massive trouble. He's doing the same thing he did last year. No players at the first break.
It's 0
fucked.
players.
Yeah. I knew we'd fuck it with the hosting thing. I don't know who he's going to get. Badge, I'm worried for. Looking at it, he's got a bottom 3 team so far.
I hate that Tommy keeps giving it large as well. You can just hear him talking to himself saying, I'm going to win it.
I don't even know who Tommy's got.
No, nor do I, but he's literally sat there talking to himself saying, I'm going to win it.
What I do know is there's been a lot of overpriced players.
Oh, yeah.
Diaz is a terrible buy for Barge. He won't be playing. And that's all I can say, really, I think.
I thought Declan Rice at 15 was alright.
It's what I thought he'd go for. I thought he'd go for 15 and I wanted nothing to do with him, but it won't be the worst buy of the auction.
No, Casado for 10 was.
Yeah, is that you as well?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Alright. Moderately happy. I think I'm okay. Not trying not to panic. None of the core have been called yet, so those 6 are still in there. And I've still got 54 million left, so it's doable. I got my 30 mil biggie in Callum Wilson. I actually got my goalie sorted in Edison, and I got Solly March because he was going fairly cheap. So hopefully it's just those 6 players. If I get them, I'm laughing. I'm happy. Oh, and Zoe still hasn't got any players. It's very, very worrying. And I've just heard Zoe say from outside that the panic hasn't set in yet. A few orbits in, Gantz fucked it. So my prediction for Wooden Spoon, absolutely nailed on. He's just burnt his way through 25 million on Kane, who is fucking off the Germany. Really happy with what I've got so far. Ramsdale, Salah and Trippier all in the bag for 65.5. It can come in. 65.5 for those 3 players. The must-have still hasn't come out. Nicholas Jackson, got 20 million set aside for him. Hoping he doesn't get called out just yet, as late as possible. And I'm hoping that Zibbs doesn't take him because he's got fuck all players yet. But foul.
What was my auction strategy again? Gabriel Jesus. Signed, sealed, delivered, baby.
Oh, shit. Spent too much. I bought 2 players. Got less than 30 million left, so it's not looking great. Still going to stay strong on no defenders. Try and get people to burn through some money. I think he's always fucked it. He's got 0 players. So, yeah.
Right, okay. So, break time. I've got no one. I'm not panicking, although panic is starting to set in. I've got my targets. I still think I can win. Now, I can see this turning into a little clip of me, and then later on in the season you scroll down and I'm there battling it out in relegation. But Moneyball, I believe in it. I can't compete with these big boys. I have to play the game. I have to take a different angle at things, and I think I've got it. I believe in my system, and regardless about how many times I get ridiculed, how many non-believers are out there, this is it. This is a season. Green jacket. Not got a clue who I'm going to pick up. I mean, everyone's kind of happy about what they've got, but just you wait. Just you wait. I fucked it, haven't I?
So I missed out on Pascal Gross, which was annoying. He just got too expensive, and I probably should have gone for him instead of Solly March, but I already had March, so I've got Jefferson Lerma for 7, which might be about right. And I've only got like 25 left. So I think from here, target number 1, Abdoulaye Doucouré, 2, Danilo, and then I think you know, just those 2. So I'll split my budget between those 2, and then
go from there, because everyone seems to be unhappy with their team so far. And I think Zoe might have pulled it back a little bit because he's got some decent players for decent value, but he is completely smashed, so he's going to fuck it from here.
Yao Pedro.
Okay. I think it's all about fucking people just go upstairs for some crack. I think I've got like 21 mil left. Come in. I'm yet to pay for a defender. I've got 4 spaces left. I think I've got to get a fullback, 2 centre backs, and then I'm going to get Zeki, I think his name's Zeki, Amundi, the Burnley striker. But Gypsy's apparently got quite a lot of money left as well. Oh, I'm just talking to myself. Just stay for a while. Tony's just rung a dealer, Zoe. So, calm down.
So, I think we've got a bottom 3 set in stone. There's nothing they can do to get out of it now because the sealed bids won't be good enough. So, the only people who have fucked it, I believe, Zoe. I don't think Zoe will ever get off the bottom now. Barge has absolutely fucked it. And let me just quickly think of the other. Those teams not great. Can't think of the third person, but it's definitely Barge and definitely Zoe. They have fucked themselves. Just remember there's Julian as well.
We got top.
I'm
in the middle there.
Right, so Zoe, first of all, let's just run for your team.
Okay, but can I just, before we do, let me just get up what I envisioned my team would be.
Exactly, that's what I want.
Okay, so I envisioned, these were the players that I wanted to pick up. And I envisioned for 800 and, so I would get 510 points for 89 mil.
Mate. 510.
So, players I got, Pickford, tick. Moreno, tick. Botman, tick. Shah, tick. Socek, tick.
Oh my god.
Gross, tick.
Gross, you got that right.
Awoni, tick.
Your team's terrible, mate.
Okay,
The players I didn't get.
Zoe, pick your top 3 right now.
What, managers that's going to win it?
Yeah.
I've not seen anyone's
No,
team,
but
so.
you just got to pick it now.
5.
Well, I don't know. Me.
Not this again.
No, I fucked it.
No, who's the top 3? Just based on what you've seen.
Just purely for the fact that he's got Haaland, even though he had 2 players and sat for
he's
ages.
He's fucked it.
Haaland and nothing else.
Who got Gakpo?
Who did not play? Don't know, but that was
2 pairs.
I would say Gakpo.
don't know.
It was like
Who's
last
what?
year.
We
weren't that pissed.
we
we're not.
This year, I'm absolutely ball bagged.
I'm burnt to shit.
Yeah.
I've got a headache.
Well, you've been sat in the shade for a while, mate.
Yeah.
It feels
So-
like this is.
So the person who got
the goal for Stan is chronic. Is
are we flexing?
No, we're not flexing. No.
So the person who got
Lily would
Gakpo.
lose if we were.
Yeah. The person who got Gakpo second and third place. Dib. Just I'll go Dib.
Mate, genuinely.
Is he? Say it to the camera.
I
Tell Dib. How
When
much-
did we
tell
do this
Dib.
last year?
Tell Dib how you
Felt
feel.
like we were
This is-
compass mental.
This is a mess, right?
Well, now we are complete. Yes, we are complete.
This is a mess.
Tell Dib how you really feel about him.
Dib, really good team, mate. Well done, buddy. Let's get out.
Let's get that was a mess. What was that?
Okay, just press play. I don't know.
Sit on the lap. Sit on the lap now.
Jimmy leg.
Down there, lay down.
Are we recording?
Yeah, we're recording. How we doing? How we all getting on?
Jim, how are you getting on?
Come on then, Jim.
This is really weird.
You lead it.
Dave, how's the auction going?
Yeah, good.
This is fucking
Good.
so gay.
No defenders, Laporte.
Why don't we just concentrate on who's fucked it? That's probably
Zoe. So let's concentrate on Zoe.
Yeah,
Hold on.
you fucked it. You fucked it hard.
Yeah.
You fucked it hard.
This is my first time, and I reckon I've got a better team than you.
Also,
I'm top
cracking tan lines on the sunglasses, I've got to say. It's good.
It's like you've been wearing those things.
It's not partner.
Oh shit.
It's quite good.
Yeah,
I've timed this perfectly. I'm pissed now, but I'm done. So I've
Yeah.
timed it brilliantly.
Congrats, Laurie.
Big dick.
Lou, do you feel like you've let Benny down? You feel like you're all right?
He seemed happy enough with the team.
Have you spoken to him since you've completed
Have you rang him?
No, I took a picture of the squad
Yeah.
on the list, and he said, "Lovely." He was like,
Lovely.
I've got
Lovely.
20 mil left.
I don't know how you've got 20
Yeah,
million.
but that's retarded.
Yeah, but Zoe's finished and he's got 35
Yeah.
million left.
So you're
He's got-
already getting the worst.
He's
team.
got
Might as well
a strike
try
force
and-
of
I've got no
Van Beekels.
defenders. I've got no defenders.
Yeah.
I'm defenderless.
Why
I
did you
said
spend
that.
10 million on defenders?
Oh, I might.
Well,
I
you could have,
can't.
but no, they're all gone now.
Well,
Van der Heck's
If
still
you
there.
might be someone
if
coming
you
in.
spend 10 million
Might
on
be
defenders
Mickey Van
now,
der Ven.
I was there. Nick Cage. I need three. No.
Yeah, but we all get 50 million as well next.
This
So
is
you're
going on
fucked.
for so long.
Fuck off.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you with your team?
7. It's a really good team, but I've got no goals, mate. Chris Wood starting striker. There's no goals. The rest of it's golden.
Who's the best player?
J-Mads.
Okay. Where do you think you'll finish?
On my auction team, 6th.
Okay. Anything else to add?
I just think for the first time, Gibbsy has come in way bottom half. His team's shit.
8.5. Wow.
Yeah, really happy. Salah got the absolute must-have, which was Nico Jackson. Obviously going with the heart there in the pre-season, wondrous. But, yeah, really happy. Got Kieran Trippier, Ramsdale. Buzzing, absolutely buzzing with the team.
Quite evenly spread throughout?
Yeah, Mo Salah does me some bits, but hopefully not first game of the season against Chelsea, but generally good first auction, really happy with it.
Who's coming bottom?
Oh, Zibbles. Absolutely given the spoon now, done, dusted, move on.
0.
Anything else to add to that?
No, it's so shit.
How so?
It's so shit. I've got all the shit wingers. I've got Mudryk, Luis Diaz. I've got fucking Anto Gordon. I've got the worst team going.
You didn't buy a player for 2 orbits.
I know. I've really fucked it.
Okay. Who's finishing bottom?
I think Sam Smith might finish bottom.
Any reason why?
Because he's got the worst team going.
8, I think. I said I wouldn't spend any money on any defenders, but I bought Jimmy Tarkowski, of course. Paid 0.5 for Malacia. Other than that, no defenders. But I've got them. 1, 2, where the third was.
Any standout players?
Ollie Watkins for under 30 is always going to be a value. 26.5. Trossard, Martinelli, ITM.
And who's coming bottom? Your team.
Coming from the spoon of this year.
6. I think my team isn't as bad as everyone thinks it is, but it does need improving. But I have the most money, so I'm okay.
We just had news that United have signed the new striker.
Doesn't really interest me, but if I can negotiate a
player that I want for him and gets kind of the United tax up, then I might pick him up.
Any standout players in your team?
I've gone for average players throughout, but point scorers, so...
Moneyball?
Yeah, well that's what I've hoped and that's what I planned for, but I mean, the criticism post-auction gets you and it messes with your mind badly, so I don't quite know how I'm going to be able to hold fort and continue the rest of the season without shifting some of this junk I've got.
Okay, and who's coming bottom?
I'm almost certain everyone's chosen me, but I think Julesy, just the fact that he'll swap out his best players for shit. And sorry, Julesy, as much as I love you, but you're finishing bottom, you're getting another spoon.
In midfield, 10 out of 10. But generally, like a 2. I think I'll come 15, 16, 17. It's not a really team.
Would you say that the auction plan went to plan?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I didn't plan on winning this. I just want to get the guys that I like.
Nice. And who's finishing bottom?
Sorry. I mean, the guy's mad.
I just think it's the first time I've ever said it, but I am quite happy with it because I got 3 big players early. Haven't TBC if he's actually a big player, but I got 3 on the board and I was like, okay, 3 bigs. Now I can fill it with players I like and I might be right. And I think I've done it, so I'm all right with it.
Any standout names? Any big players?
8 out, I realised I didn't give a number then. 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Standout players: Nkunku and Bruno Fernandes. Could be big. Like, I'm hoping they're the biggest players for their respective teams. If they are, it's going to be a good season. Those 2 are my boys.
Okay, who's coming bottom?
I think Jasper.
Okay.
He has Haaland. The rest of his team, I truly think, is an abomination. I think it's fucking horrific. If anything happens to Haaland, he's going to be bottom, and I don't even know if Haaland can pull him out of the hole.
Cool. Okay. Anything else to add at all?
I don't know why I picked up Michael Obafemi for Burnley. I've never heard of him before. I paid 0.5. I don't know why Binny even tried to take him for free because he's injured. He's just had surgery, so he'll be going in next Thursday.
Okay, so look out, rest of TLL, because Willow, we're trying to ship him off.
Yeah, Obafemi is back in there, boys. Come get him.
8 out of 10.
Any reason for that?
No.
Any standout players?
I've got probably the best wing backs in the world.
And they are?
Reece James and Trent Alexander-Arnold. And then, yeah, the rest of the team's pretty shit, but I feel like I can win with it.
Oh, it's a winning team?
It's a winning team.
Okay.
It's a winning team.
Would you say the auction went to plan?
It didn't go to plan. I have 15 names written down. I don't have one of them, but yeah, it goes to plan. When it goes to plan, you finish early, and everyone else struggles after you, so it's lovely.
Okay, and then finally, who's finishing bottom?
Zoe. 100% Zoe.
Why do you think that?
He's fucked. Absolutely fucked. He was a great host. He's a wonderful host. But he didn't do any bidding. So at the end of the day, you got a mix of 2. You want to win, but no. Unfortunately, he's fucked.
I would say 7.5. Got three biggies, which I'm happy with, which I think will get me a lot of goals and assists. But then the rest of the team I struggled to make up with.
Who are the standout players?
Phil Foden, Cody Gakpo, and Isak.
Okay. Would you say the auction went to plan?
I didn't have a plan, so yeah, I suppose so.
Okay. And who's finishing bottom?
Zoe. I also think Jimmy will be quite down. He's got Chris Wood as his star striker.
Nice. Anything else to add?
No, just a really good day. Really well hosted by Zoe. Maybe a few less buds next year. A bit more variety on the booze, but no, really good day. Very hot.